Hey everybody, this is Christy. Um, I wanted to do something a little bit different and do one of those quiz things that you would see on the internet. Except it's not really a quiz. It's one of those how to, not really how to, um, those questions you just need to ask yourself. Okay, yeah, right. So I typed in because I was very curious. I did this at a complete random, and I typed in how to make a life with somebody, thinking that it's going to give you advice like you got to communicate. That whole everything that everybody already knows. That you have to communicate. You actually have to like the person. Different stuff like that. But I got actually a questionnaire basically of what you should ask your partner to find out if you should really be with them. So I have not looked at this list yet. I went down to maybe like 2 or 3 questions. I started hearing my own thoughts and reactions to it. I said, no, I'm going to wait till I can actually record this. The list is called 21 Things You Should Ask Someone You're Trying to Build a Future With. So I'm going to go through this list and kind of just address it to myself. And we'll kind of see where that goes. So the first one, who has creatively influenced you the most? Who has creatively influenced me the most? I would say my mom out of everything. Probably. All right, next one. How do you greet your family members? Who asked somebody this? Okay, that's not a question I would think to ask somebody. Is, by the way, how do you greet your family? Just curious. I mean, I understand the reason behind it because it kind of gives you a full dynamic. But who asks that? Anyway, how do you greet your family members? I go hi. That's it. I don't do anything. I just say hi. How are you? Okay. All right. So, next one is, do you love what you're doing with your life? I know for myself that I may not love it, but it is in the correct direction, so I like it. I don't know why I'm doing quotes. Apparently, I like quotes right now. Okay. That one is kind of important because it really shows, do you like where you're at? Are you trying to go somewhere else? Things like that. This next one is actually where I stopped because I was like, why? Just why? Number 4 is, what is your typical order at Subway? Who cares? Who cares? Why would you ask somebody that? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's always good to know somebody's likes and dislikes. Like, hey, do you like onions on your sandwiches? Versus, just getting them something. But why would you ever randomly ask somebody, what is your typical Subway order? Just kind of curious. And keep in mind, these questions are based on what you should ask this person to try to build a future with. Okay, what if you don't even like Subway? What about that? What about it? What about it? Okay. Next, okay, I gotta answer it. What is your typical order at Subway? Mine would be a foot-long, 9-grain wheat Subway Club. That's the generic order with provolone cheese. And then there's the veggies and stuff like that. There's only like some things I don't want on there. Olives I can't have on there. It's like, no, the black olives. Regular olives are just hit or miss, but they don't have those anyway. But if you really want to know, then ask me when we go to Subway. But not to determine if I'm someone you want to spend your life with. Okay. What are your fears? Depends on the kind of fear we're talking about. But I know that I don't really have okay, one of my fears is that I am petrified over bees. For those of you who know that this past summer I went to the Renaissance Fair with my boyfriend Alec, and we actually were able to pet honeybees. And I specify honeybees because they do say that they're really the only ones that you could actually do that with. Ones like hornets, wasps, carpenter bees. You know, I could just start naming bees, but I won't. And those you really can't. Now, they're not very aggressive for most of the bees. So, you know, I did learn something out of that. But, yeah, it was really weird petting a honeybee. Just putting that. But they were really nice. Would I want one as a pet? Hell no. Okay. Next one is, do you feel as though you were overly attached to your phone? If my mother's watching, don't say yes to this. For me. Because, yes, I do love my phone, but I'm not overly attached. I can put it down. I know there are some people who are overly attached to their phone, and they should probably not be. Now, I find this is kind of important because I know that if you're focusing so much on your phone and not the person who you're with, that's going to cause a lot of tension between the two and will actually cause them to just like not feel connected anymore. I don't think it's... No, that's a fair question. Again, I didn't go through this list. So rule number 7. When was the last time you thought, I wish time would just stop. I could be here forever. I'm not exactly sure why you would ask that to see if you would want to be with somebody. I guess I can kind of see it, you know, to see exactly what their best moment was. I don't really have a moment like that I could just wish it would stop and last forever. Because most of the time when it did actually continue, I found that it was an awful thing. So I kind of didn't wish it stopped forever. So it was good. If you had a time machine, would you go to the past or the future? I would go to the future because I already lived in the past. And I already know what happened, how I think about it, but I don't know where I'm going in life as far as a guarantee kind of thing. So that one I do find very important because it tells you, do they live in the past or are they trying to see where they want to end up? So, number 9, what is... Did I just say... No, okay. Number 9, what is more important to you, money or being satisfied with your job? Me, it's money. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. In today's world, it's not so much about liking your job anymore. It is strictly, do you have the money? So, it's always nice to be satisfied with your job, but the problem is the things that make you actually happy, either one, you have to start at the bottom to get there. So you're going to go through crap, and then you'll get to, you know, where you want to be. Or you could be happy with the job, but you're making minimum wage. So there's always a catch-22 with that. But then there's some with the money, too, is that you could be in a high-paying job, but it takes an emotional toll every day. And you kind of have to try to find one that kind of balances both. Number 10, what is some advice that you would give yourself 5 years ago if you could? Let's see. I'm 28. 5 years ago, I would have been 23. That would have been 2012. I would probably tell myself that Mom's going to have a stroke soon. You might want to plan for that. Let her know so she's not too shocked. I can't remember the exact date. So I'd be like, sorry. But I'd be able to tell them at least a year so that way they'd know ahead of time. I would probably also kind of change how I did things in 2014 a little bit. Based on what I know about it. If you know about me, then you know what happened in 2014. We'll just leave it like that. I'm I'm sure some people watching this are going to blow up my phone. Okay. Next one. Number 11. If you could combine any two halves of any two animals to create a new species, what would you choose? Why? Why? This is not a question that matters. This is a bullshit answer. I mean, question. Yeah, it's a bullshit answer. No, it's a bullshit question. That doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It does not matter. That just has no freaking rhyme or reason to making a life with someone. It has no rhyme or reason. So I'm not even gonna, screw it. I'll answer it. Two halves of any two animals. I would say. I would say the agility of a cat with the size of a mouse. All right, number 12. Got a favorite album, song, band? Okay, I'm going to say yes and no to this one because, believe it or not, the things that you listen to actually determine what your moods are. They don't determine it. They really just show what you're feeling. You're not going to pick a pissed off song when you're happy-go-lucky because you're going to get pissed off. But at the same time, it also depends. There's like a lot of different things that go into that as well. Mine just are more upbeat songs, so I don't really have too much of a favorite. Number 13. What is your favorite feature about yourself? I'd say my eyes. No, but seriously, I do say my eyes, and that's just because of, I kind of like the way that they look. I don't know what it is about me, like why I think that, but I do. I like my eyes. So, they just look so pretty. Don't you think? Don't answer that. Okay, number 14. Where is your favorite place in the world? I think this one's a trick question, and I don't mean for a trick answer. I mean, when you're asking somebody about things like this to see if you're going to actually be long lasting, that can be a trick question, because if you just say the first thing that comes to mind, you might say Paris or France or anything like that, when the other person could be looking for a more intimate answer. So, my favorite place in the world, I don't really have one. Not as one place I would go consistently. I really don't have one. Number 15. What are 3 qualities you look for in the relationships you form? What are 3 qualities you look for in the relationships you form? Okay, that one's important. For me, it would be humor, would be the first one. Listening skills, and empathy. Those are the 3 when it comes to any form of really relationship. Because without those, I can get very frustrated very quickly, especially in like a friendship kind of thing, relationship. It doesn't matter at that point. So number 16, what cheers you up? Anything that can get me to laugh. You try it. Try being pissed off and watching something completely hilarious. You just can't. So, and that is also good to know what cheers you up. Because if you're mad, and it doesn't even have to be at yourself, the other person, but if you're mad, you want to try to help them best you can. 17. Has anything ever happened to you that has made you question a phenomenon or higher phenomenon? Or higher power? In this way, it's more of a religious thing. That's what it sounds like. Like, have you ever basically questioning God? I don't really see how that's highly important. Unless you're religious, bound, that you're mostly about religion. To answer the question itself, there's been a few times that I've questioned it myself just because of the experiences. But that's another conversation. Number 18. Do you have any great drunken stories? No. Although that is a good question. Because it kind of tells you how they are as far as drunk. Because if they go, oh my God, there's so many to choose from, you might have a problem. I don't have any drunken stories, though. None about myself, anyway. Okay. Number 19. Your house is on fire. Which one item would you grab? Now, I like how it says item. Personally, with a fire, I would just get my girls out of the house as fast as humanly possible. And I mean my fur babies. So, I don't have any kids, so. That would be hard. I would say my cell phone, and that's just because I have so much on there that although I could live without it, it would be a little bit more challenging than everything else. Then again, everything else is still hard to live without, but like I can live without a computer. I can live without a gaming system. I can live without different things like that. I could live without my cell phone, but it has all my contacts in there. It also, everybody like already has that number. I already have to then shell out money to get a cell phone. And that would be the first thing, regardless of if, like, because this is what I have right now. And regardless of if it's a smartphone or dumb phone, it wouldn't matter. You would still have to shell out the extra money for it. And, you know, God only knows, like, what else. So, that would pretty much be what it is. Number 20. What annoys you the most about people? I could go on a rant about people. I really can with where I work. I work at a magisterial district court. And I can go on and on about people and the whole talking to them. I would say what annoys me the most about people is ignorance, being naive or ignorance, however you would like to put that. And it's just because there are some questions that make you then really ponder who you're talking to. Just as a general example, because I have many people that end up doing this, so it's not just one, that they will say, I need to pay a fine. I don't have any money. Is there anything else? Like, what do you want me to do? And I don't understand that. They don't tell you that. And then they're like, well, what am I supposed to do? I was like, get money? I don't know. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? I don't know. Oh, no, I don't. I know. Okay, I don't. But that's like the one thing is that, you know, there are some of those questions that are a duh, and you still get them anyway. I know they said there's no such thing as a stupid question. That one might be one though. But it's kind of good to ask that because it tells you about people's pet peeves, and different things like that. And the last question number 21. What is the biggest lie you have told, and do you regret it? I just heard my cat just jumping up stuff. Anyway, I will just say, this is a good and bad thing to ask somebody, and that's so you know exactly, like, okay, what do they lie about? Lie something big, small, whatever. And do they really have any remorse about it? Because when you're kids, you're going to lie. It is a natural instinct to want to lie to try to avoid punishment of any kind. So I can say that anytime I lied, I did regret it, regardless of how big or small it was. So, So that's all 21 questions. I think there are some very good ones in here. It was from the Elite Daily website. So elitedaily.com/dating/21 questions. Figure someone out, with hyphens between, /1351462. That is exactly the URL I'm looking at right now. Of where I got this list. And I have to say, looking at this list, some of them I'm like, why? Like the Subway question, who cares what's on your sandwich? Yep, I guess. But who cares about your sandwich? I don't care. Unless I'm making you a sandwich, I really don't care what the hell's on your sandwich, okay? And that's not going to really make me think that you're not going to be there because of that, so I don't know. So, that's just one of the lists. I figured, see how people like this type of video. And that's it, everybody. So I want to thank you all for watching. Definitely, if you have a comment, leave it in the comments below. Definitely go ahead and like the video. And don't forget to subscribe, too. Until next time, see you guys later.